In this video, the details of basketball including physical and physiological demand, common injuries, biomechanic requirements, and sport-specific training will be shown. Regarding to the physical and physiological demands of basketball, according to the article Physical and Physiological Profiles of Aerobic and Anaerobic Capacities in Young Basketball Players, there are four main requirements, which are fast and short displacement, change of speed, jumping, and cardiorespiratory endurance. First of all, fast and short displacement usually used as layup. It achieves a lower reaction time to the opponent to defend the players while transporting the ball to the basketball. It is one of the methods to score in basketball. Secondly, change of speed represents dribbling. With unpredictable shifts of velocity, players could shake off opponents easily. It benefits players to rotate in a favorable position for the team. Jumping could apply in block and shooting. Block is a defensive player who deflects the track of basketball legally after the vanguard shoots or lays up the basketball. It is required to jump until the height that players can reach the basketball. Shooting is the vanguard attempt to score by throwing the basketball through the basket. Jumping allows players to slightly move forward to the basket to a higher chance of scoring. At last, the authors mentioned that cardiorespiratory endurance is able to chain a better number of efforts since players need to recover quickly from high-intensity effort in a short period of time repeatedly in the game. Therefore, it is one of the physiological demands of basketball.
The injury in the National Basketball Association journal article mentions that common basketball injuries mostly appear in the lower body, such as lateral ankle sprain, patellofemoral inflammation, and hamstring strains. According to Epidemiology and Injury Trends in National Basketball Association pre- and pre-COVID-19 journal article, even when COVID-19 related cases are not counted, the most common injuries were knee, ankle, and foot injuries from the NBA 2017 and 2018 seasons to the 2020 and 2021 seasons. For the reasons of lateral ankle injury, as basketball requires many jumping, landing, and changing directions movements, such as rebounding, shooting, crossover, and cutting movements, the ankle muscle becomes weaker due to the overuse. A weak muscle may lead to the poor landing and balancing that increases the risk of getting an ankle sprain. Besides, a quick change of direction movements may also cause the ankle to twist, leading to sprain. According to the patellofemoral pain in athletes journal article, the jumping, running, and squatting movements which are low to the patella lead to the patellofemoral pain. The repetitive movements, such as the center jumping to get the rebound, can place stress on the patellofemoral. For the hamstrings injuries, basketball requires many explosive movements such as slam dunks, jumping, and quick changing direction. A certain explosive movement can tear the hamstring muscles or lead to potential strain. Also, sometimes the player want to reach the ball. They may do deep launches, high kicks, and aggressive stretching which tears the hamstring muscles.
Basketball is a dynamic sport that involves a wide range of biomechanic requirements. First is jumping and landing. Basketball players frequently perform the vertical jump for shooting, rebounding, and blocking. Explosive the lower body power is essential to generate the height and force during this jump. Additionally, proper landing mechanics are crucial to obscure impact and reduce the risk of injuries. According to the biomechanic analysis of the jump shot in basketball at 2014, results, the jump shot show more advantageous variables, including a high performance level and optimal utilization of motor abilities in the study group. Second is change of direction and agility. Basketball involves quick lateral movement, for example defensive slide, crossover step to change your direction, and the V-cut and L-cut to create separation from the defender. Strong hip abductor and adductor, as well as good footwork and agility, are necessary for effective lateral movement. Third is acceleration and deceleration. Basketball players need to accelerate quickly to drive the basket, transition from offense to defense, or close out on opponents. Ability to decelerate efficiently is equally important for sudden stop, change of direction, and defense. The fourth is balance and stability. Maintaining balance and stability is vital for basketball players, especially during the contest situation, rebounds, and landing for jumps. Strong core muscle and good proprioception contribute to balance and stability, like landing with stability after jumping for loose ball.
For the free sport-specific exercise, depth jump is a plyometric exercise. To perform the drill, at the beginning, stand on the plyometric blocks, then step 1 foot forward on the air. At last, drop down with both legs, then perform a vertical jump. It is recommended that 6 to 8 reps for beginners and 8 to 10 reps for more advanced athletes, both with 3 sets. The coaching point would be eyes looking ahead during the drill all the time. Besides, while landing, your shoulders, knees, and toes should be in a straight line, knee joint parallel instead of vigorous knee. Moreover, while performing a vertical jump, swinging your hands forward during the jump and perform the ankle dorsiflexion to increase the power of the jump would be the coaching points of the drill. According to the article, plyometric training effects on explosive power, sprint, and direction change speed in basketball, a review. Plyometric training improves basketball players' abilities, including explosive power, sprint, and speed of changing directions. Since maximum short-term performance occurs repeatedly in the basketball, lead to a greater achievement in the basketball competition. To justify the drill, this review remarked that customizing journal factors, which are the age, surface, performance techniques, equipment, warm-up, and exercise would boost the effectiveness of the plyometric training. For example, young basketball players should not attend plyometric exercise considering the continuous growth of bone and joint.
According to the decisive factors for a greater performance in the change of direction and its accumulation in male basketball player journal article, the author mentions that basketball players have been found to make an average of 1,050 movements during competition, and every 2 seconds need to change in speed or direction. Besides, basketball requires many high-intensity actions such as jump, acceleration, deceleration, and rapid change in direction, which are the key components in basketball. So the second exercise will be the lateral shuffle shuttle, which is changing their change of direction. This training is to develop the lateral movement and quickness ability related to the defense and offense opponents, such as changing direction and sliding laterally. It can also train the coordination and balance. For the second exercise training procedure and setting, first place 4 sport cones 10 feet apart between each cone in a horizontal line. Then start in a defensive stance with feet in shoulder width, knees slightly bent, hips low, and hands up in a defensive position. Then shuffle laterally to the second cone as quickly as possible. Back to the first cone when you reach the second one, just following the order to do the lateral shuffle. The order is cone 1 to cone 2, then go back to 1 to 3, and then 1 to 4. It is required to maintain good form during training. The player should perform 3 sets of 10 slides per set. It requires that you should do the lateral shuffle as quickly as possible. When the players doing this exercise, they should maintain their body low and slightly forward lean back with chest up and back straight. Their eyes should be focused ahead and reach the cone as far as you can with proper form. When doing the lateral shuffle, they should engage in core muscle to provide stability. And the crossing feet and dragging movements are not allowed.
This is the exercise for strengthening. Exercise for lower body strength and power. The barbell squat. The purpose of this drill is to develop lower body strength, particularly in the quadriceps, hamstring, and gluteus. It also engages the core muscle for stability. Here is the order of exercise. Unrack the barbell and step backward. Keep your posture tall with your feet slightly wider than the hip wide apart and slight bend in your knee. Your shoulders should be direct over your hip with a natural hand and knee position. Your chin should be remain checked throughout the movement. Next, pretension your shoulders and hips and engage your core. Your ribs should be down and your pelvis should be slightly retracted. Next, begin the downward movement by bending your hips, knees, and ankles. As you begin to stop, keep your chest high, squeeze your gluteus, allow your knee to straighten your hips and travel forward. As you finish the movement, squeeze your gluteus and quadriceps while maintaining a natural spine. Here is the coaching point of each drill. Emphasize the importance of maintaining a natural spine throughout the movement. To initiate the squat by pushing the hip back and down, keep the knee in line with the toes. Encourage to a controlled descent, emphasizing the eccentric phase of the exercise. Engage to exhale and engage the core when rise back to the starting position.
This is the end of the video. Thank you.